I know the Chiefs' rush defense much better than it was at the beginning of the year. That doesn't seem to be a strength of the Steelers anyway. How do you think Pittsburgh's going to try to put up points against the Chiefs?
I think you kind of already alluded to it a little bit with just getting the ball out quicker. Roethlisberger, he's number one in terms of snap to throwing the ball, so that's going to be big. And I think another thing they have to do is they're going to have to start off the games hot. They've been among the worst teams in the NFL. I think they're worse than the Jets and the Lions in the third quarter, worse than the Bears in the second quarter. So this is a team that really struggles. And when you think about the Chiefs, they're a team that they're number one in opening drive points. So got to start out hot if you're the Steelers. I think you got to get Najee Harris going, get him up downhill, see if you can get him in the middle of the field and go from there.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And on defense, Keith Butler's dialing up some stuff, man. Like, I know that they're not ranking extremely high. The run defense is putrid, but I still think it's a solid defense, man. He, from that 3-4 alignment, he can do a lot of stuff, a lot of zone blitzes. I've noticed they use. He tasks his pass rushers with some pretty unique responsibilities. I think he has a strong defensive line up front. Man, they need to get pressure. And with the Chiefs, Orlando Brown's struggling with some elite pass rushers, and I hate using that because that was the knock against Eric Fisher when he was with the Chiefs. Oh, he struggles against elite pass rushers. I'm like, most offensive linemen do. Like, that's Mitchell Schwartz is a rare exception where he can just handle anything you threw at him. A lot of those guys that aren't the most athletic and maybe don't even have the finest of fundamentals, they're going to struggle against TJ Watt. No one has good days against him. So I think with him and Hayward kind of rushing the passer, with Niang being where he is in the season, with Remmers still not back, the Chiefs are going to have their work cut out for him protecting Patrick Mahomes. And in terms of a key for Pittsburgh, I think if you can get pressure on Patrick Mahomes, he's going to throw the ball to guys that might not be Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce. The dropped pass interceptions have happened this year. Joe Hayden's good at his job. Minkah Fitzpatrick always seems to be around the ball. I think really letting their best players just do the best things that they do. It sounds very simple, but I think Pittsburgh simplify it, rely on the pass rush, and I think go from there. What do you think they're going to try to do, Marlow?
Looking at the Chiefs, it's going to be interesting to see because if I'm them, I'm going to try to attack them with Clyde Edwards-Helaire, get the run game going. The Steelers are the worst team in the league in terms of allowing yards per carry, and second to worst in yards per game. So on the Ringer, they were talking about this in terms of bringing Fitzpatrick up in the box, and then you can get those deep shots going. So that'll be something to look at. But I think you definitely want to try to get Clyde Edwards-Helaire and the running backs going before you get the pass game going in this game.
Yeah, 100%. And really, Andy Reid has started, his scripts have been fire this year. Like, they've been absolutely great. And he's gotten inconsistent after that in several games, but getting Clyde Edwards-Helaire the ball quickly, getting Tyreek Hill the ball quickly, we don't know if that's going to be the case this game. Getting Travis Kelce the ball quickly, we don't know if that's going to be the case. Like, I know Mahomes has said throughout the week they didn't change all too much in the game plan. Like, besides some routes only those two can run, like those option routes and stuff, you don't trust necessarily a McCole Hardman to run an option route that's super advanced. But fundamentally, I buy that it's probably the same thing. Like, the Chiefs, not to say that they can do the same things, meaning Hardman and Robinson and Noah Gray as their superiors on offense. But if Patrick Mahomes is the real deal, like everyone knows he is, I think the Chiefs can do enough. And I have three keys to the game for the Chiefs. One, they got to minimize mistakes. Don't fumble the ball. Don't tip the ball in the air and get it picked off. Pittsburgh has playmakers. We've addressed that. Number two, get pressure on Big Ben. Man, he gets the ball out quickly. If you can force him to hold on to the ball, he kind of is a spaz at this stage in his career. He's not mobile like he used to be. He lumbers around, looks like he's injured all the time. That's kind of always been him playing possum. Now I think it's actually he's going through it. And then don't experience, this is something people haven't talked much about, don't experience a special teams drop-off. Harrison Butker's not going to be there. It's going to be Elliott Fry. The Chiefs are going to have some guys out, possibly that play special teams roles. We saw that a few weeks ago, but more so with Butker, make your field goals, make your extra points. It's very simple again, but do it. Don't make it one of those games where Fry goes 0 for 2, looks totally overmatched, and then you have to go for 2 on every touchdown. I don't think it's going to be that bad. Professional kickers are generally solid at their jobs. If it comes down to a 50-yard field goal with the game on the line, then there might be a problem. But I think those three are the keys. And I think that if they do that, the Chiefs are going to have some success.